My name is Sophie Gamand. I'm a French photographer living and working in New York. Actually, I started claiming the title photographer after going viral with my work. So going viral really gave me that kick in the butt that I needed. I have an obsession for dogs, and I'm going to talk about two projects that both went viral, Wet Dog and Flower Power. My Wet Dog series is basically miserable dogs during bath time, soaking wet. And Flower Power is a series of portraits of pit bulls from shelters wearing flower crowns. So two very, very different projects that actually went viral in a different way and brought different things to my career. When Wet Dog happened, I had no money left in my bank account, a very patient husband, a very understanding husband. And I didn't really know what I was, who I was I a photographer or not? I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Is this me? All I knew is that I had this obsession for dogs, photographing them, and just exploring the relationship we have with dogs. And I could see that I had maybe some talent to photograph dogs, but I also didn't want to be a pet photographer, and it seemed like it was kind of the only category I belonged to. So I was fighting that category, and I wasn't sure where my place was. I was not making money. I was not getting any gigs. I wasn't putting my work out there, really, to be honest. And so when I shot Wet Dog, I could see my relatives really responding to it. Like, oh my God, this is so good. And I really love the photos. But they happened in an accident. I was actually shooting something else that day. I was at a groomer's and just photographing the cut process of the dogs. And then he started bathing the dogs, and I thought, oh, that looks cute. So I'm gonna take photos. So my light was terrible. My framing was horrible. Like compared to my other project, it was, according to me, not so good. So when it started going viral, I'm like, damn it, this is how I'm gonna be known? Like after all these years of working so hard, this is how I'm gonna be known? So the virality just happened after I submitted my photos to a couple of blogs. For the first time in my career, I guess, I figured since my family likes the photos, maybe somebody else is gonna like them. So I put them out there, and it snowballed from there, and it went, I mean, within a few weeks, I think I had 100,000 visitors on my website. The emails were pouring in, like the craziest requests from all over the world. Hey, do you want to photograph a wet dog with our shampoo, and we'll send you 1 free bottle? You know, and all these crazy, crazy things happening. It was super overwhelming. But the best thing that happened at that time was signing with a book agent and getting a book deal. I didn't even know people still made book at that time, so it was quite exciting. And then because people love the project so much online, I figured maybe I should submit it to a competition. Because maybe there's a jury out there that's gonna see my work, and maybe they have a gallery, maybe whatever, and they're gonna wanna buy a print, or who knows. So I decided to send the series to the Sony World Photography Award, which to me back then was the best award there is, and I loved their content every year. So I sent the series thinking, oh, you know, maybe somebody's gonna see it. And I actually ended up winning the portraiture category, which I kind of feel ashamed about because the runner-up was people from Bangladesh that were attacked with acid and disfigured, and then my little wet dogs won. So it kind of propelled me into a position of, you kind of have to own your shit now. Excuse my French. So all of a sudden, I became, this photographer, and I can relate to the other guests tonight because I got a lot of hate. Also, like, I'm abusing the dogs with the water and all that stuff. And I also got the, oh great, the Sony Awards were really lame this year. I mean, the wet dog one kind of thing. But what it did is that it gave me a career, and all of a sudden I was a photographer. I was recognized by some of my peers, and I was starting to get a lot of attention on social media and gigs and people that wanted to hire me for me. After shooting the book, the Wet Dog book, which there is a photo in there somewhere, you can see that I had to evolve the series a little bit. This is my book that just came out. I have no shame in my game. But this shows you like how I had to adapt my work to a more commercial aspect of it. So it was very interesting actually to go through that. After a year of answering wet dog interviews every day and only talking about wet dogs for a year, I was so drained. Also, I had promised myself, because wet dog happened like an accident, I had to seize every single opportunity that would come my way, which meant answering all these emails and making decision on every single one of them. Hey, I want to print. Hey, I want this, I want that. I want to give you this, I want to take that from you. I was almost burnt out. And so in the summer 2014, I thought, I'm just gonna take a break from wet dog and do a quick summer project called Flower Power. And so I decided to work with pit bulls from shelters. I'm a huge adoption advocate, and most of my work is actually with rescues. And I was scared of pit bulls. I really didn't like them. And I thought the best way I could confront myself to them was to create a series. And I wanted to photograph them in a way that was completely unexpected. And also I wanted to go into something physical, building flower crowns and gluing flowers together. So I actually built all the flower crowns, and then I headed to the shelter with my crowns, and I took those portraits. And by that time, because I had already been viral, I guess I had a strong audience in the media. It's easier once the door is a little open. So when I sent them this project, it took off maybe quicker. But I was not prepared for how big Flower Power got. And all of a sudden, I became a pit bull advocate, which in the first place, I didn't even like pit bulls, to be honest. So if wet dog gave me a career and really confirmed my path, Flower Power gave me an online persona where I became, people feel like they know me and they know my soul and they think I'm an angel saving the doggies. And it's a lot of pressure as an artist, because of course now I have the question of the next project, and also now I have built a very big audience that expects a certain thing from me. So both projects kind of propelled me into something, and I think that's really the lesson maybe that I could share with you tonight is I was the photographer that sat home for years wondering, is my work good enough? Or maybe the light could be better on this one, next time I'll do better. I was the one to overthink everything, and then wet dog happened, and it was not the light I wanted, it was not something I had planned, and it got viral, and it kind of pushed me into it. And I think the lesson is really, that project you've been thinking about for the past few months, start doing it. Stop overthinking the process. Stop, thinking that you're not good enough or your concept is not good enough. If you feel it in your gut and you've obsessed over it for a long time, or you just feel like it's fun or it speaks to you, just start doing and go for it. That's really the only thing I can really say after going viral and finally being happy with my career and where it is right now. I think that's it. Thank you very much.